Welcome back to the Crust, where you might recognize this little, message here. I did a boo-boo, and it was a bad boo-boo. So we're going to have to redo things. So I started a new game, and I got to this specific point here. And this is just the intro, so I'll record the intro here with this and we'll go through this, and then I'll stop the recording, and then I'll continue the recording when I'm back at the point where we was in at the end of episode number 2. So yeah, I need some advice.
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
With all due respect, Alice, altruism has clouded your judgment. Crust is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now. Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start reestablishing the contract system now.
But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology Crust will provide. It's worth as much as our base in its current state.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting Crust's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
Crust is going to accommodate the surviving Hope-2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept Crust's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay upfront.
So this is high difficulty, and this is normal difficulty. And as I said originally, this is going to push us back to doing this, but we will get a different quest line up to that point. So instead, we are now going to we'll focus on restoring supply deliveries to Earth.
I hear you. Crust is capable of organizing a rescue operation independently, but the explosion damaged the system for communicating with the nearest facilities. You need communication for full operations on the moon, and we need it to rescue the crew of Hope-2. Your base is the closest to the repeater, and we can provide the equipment for the repairs. It's a mutually beneficial proposal, Director, but I understand if you want to discuss it with your colleagues again.
And this now says I'll take the offer instead of, and then we'll get different quests. So, but let's do I need some advice so you can hear that as well.
If we decide to resume supplying, we'll need to interact with others to share the resources, and to do so, we have to establish communication.
Fixing a repeater is no big deal, but the Crust equipment isn't just lying around. We've already been offered it twice. There may not be a third time.
Crust is requesting your assistance in restoring the communication system on the moon in exchange for equipment to perform work on the transponder.
And then we'll take the offer.
Pleasure doing business with you. We'll send you the rover scout and the coordinates for the repeater shortly.
Don't call me cynical, but the best we can do under the current circumstances is try to salvage the equipment that miraculously survived.
Well, let's not waste any time. Professor, you prepared a research plan before starting the expedition, didn't you?
Absolutely. First, we need to increase production. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract the oxides.
And there we go. So I'm going just...
Director,
yeah.
research underground mining and place 2 extractors on the iron and silicon veins.
Yeah, okay. Are you done? I think they're done. So I'm going to just do these things. We've already done that in the other one, so these quests are the same ones, but I'll probably mine out some more of the area around here and get us back to where we were power-wise and stuff like that, because currently I just have 5 of each. Yeah. To look almost as it did in the previous one, but I will not have been, when I return, it should be at the point where we need to build the spaceport, I believe, because that, I do remember, was a quest that I had to do. So, yeah. For you, it should be a second or two. For me, it'll probably be an hour or so. But you will see me in a few seconds. So, just checking in briefly here, because the first mission sent us here to examine a repeater so that we could establish a signal to Earth. And I thought that it might be a good idea to have that in the video as well. So, Ratchet just told us this.
Mr. Ratchet, are you out of your mind? You're going to go behind Crust's back, and this rover isn't even capable of carrying cargo.
We'll report the data we found after retrieving the surviving resources. Crust doesn't necessarily need to know they existed. For delivery, let's try to fix this piece of scrap metal, Pathfinder 3B. It's an outdated model, but it has increased maneuverability and payload capacity. Just what we need.
The question now is whether we should repair the truck and report to Crust about the resources, or if we just should fix the truck and pick up the resources. I don't trust Crust. That was an interesting rhyme. But I think we're going to go with the option of repairing and reporting.
Crust may seem friendly, but don't forget they control all the ins and outs of the moon. We don't need to make enemies among the creators of the space elevator.
That is probably a good, friendly advice there.
Transmitting message to Crust.
Objective achieved.
Thank you for forwarding that data. We anticipated that restoring communication might not be easy, but the situation is even worse than expected. The entire lunar navigation system is down. Listen to me carefully, Director. From now on, any information you receive from Crust must be classified as confidential. You are tasked with organizing and providing an expedition to the far side of the moon, to the meteorite impact site. To accomplish this, you will need to obtain navigation data for the transport, deploy a life support system for the operators, await further instructions.
Maybe it wasn't an Ixion-like situation, and maybe it actually was a meteorite impact site, but still highly suspicious that they are classifying everything as confidential.
So, Crust signed us up for a top-secret operation without even asking the director.
It surprises me that they ask for his opinion about accommodating Hope 2. Usually, if Crust wants something, they don't ask permission.
Given the current situation, this is even to our advantage. Their capabilities on the moon now depend on us. This means we can get everything we need from them in exchange for cooperation. Crust's tasks require significant resource investment, which means we need to seriously expand our manufacturing capabilities. Let's start producing components. We need titanium to manufacture parts. Find titanium deposits among the regolith using an ore detector to seriously expand our manufacturing capabilities. Let's start producing components.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can see the quests are very different now. We need to research and build the landing platform, we need to repair the cargo truck, that's the same one, and we need to build an ore detector. But I'm not that close to where we were. However, I did find something interesting, and that was that this silicon deposit here actually can accommodate 2 of these regolith extractors, which means that we have enough regolith on this belt to have 2 single regolith refineries, which also means we will have the capability of having 2 smelting furnaces for silicon. However, I definitely think we need more power before we get to that. Also, the ore deposits seem to be a bit more less annoying, I guess, because the one that we had there in the other playthrough was definitely not ideal. This one, I have no idea what it is, but this one is more suitably placed. Same with the basalt. There's not as much basalt directly around the main base itself, so there's more room before we get the technology we need to actually mine out the basalt. Sadly, the iron deposit does not fit to the miners, so, but I'm happy with the silicon. Very happy, actually. Okay, that's this little tidbit, and I don't think that I'll just leave the rover I might have to move it, but I don't think so. I'll just leave it to collect the fundamental and engineering science for us. If I have to move it around, because this will... It says prolonged stay in one area decreases its scientific potential. So then I'll just move it closer to base before we start to investigate these other points of interest. Well, yeah, I will see you all again in a couple of seconds. And there we go. Now, my voice might sound a little bit different than in the previous 2 clips or parts of the video, because this is not the same day. Because I have, as you can see, mined out an extensive amount of area here. Probably should consider building another drone charger, because these guys seem to be having difficulties with their batteries. Kind of all over the place, actually. There is a charging station here. Anyhow, I've built... How many is this? 50? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 50 solar panels. And I believe 40 of the batteries. In terms of the research, we are currently researching the rolling mill. So I've unlocked the components factory. I've unlocked the extractor upgrade for the mining efficiency, level 1. In fundamental, we do have the landing platform ready, and also I don't remember if this one was done when I recorded the last time, but anyways, we do have the drone upgrade excavation speed 1. I am looking forward to getting the nitinol wheels. And under social, we do have license for tender system, of course, living quarters, and the online market. And I'm currently researching the extended tender license, which is apparently a work in progress. If that's what it means, I don't know. I know that WIP usually means work in progress, but I don't know why the extended tender licenses would be works in progress, since it just increases the limits of concurrent contracts by 1, and I do believe that it actually does that. Anyhow, the module needs repair warning up here is just about the truck. I haven't spent the resources for that. Let's quickly go down and I'll go through what I've done down here. I have built another one of the regolith refineries here, so that we produce enough silicon, and I've also made a belt and a container for that, so that we do have a decent storage of silicon now. I've also made a container for our steel, and I've moved the bucket for the basic regolith up here, and I built 3 of the pressing modules, and I got an achievement for that. I don't remember which one it was. It was called, let's see, Harsh Driller. And then also I moved the bricks up here. I had to build a belt that carried the regolith up first, and then the bricks up. Oh, I've also scanned extensively. So I found silicon up here that I do believe I've shown you guys. There's more silicon up there and out here, but this one is the only aluminium I've found, and that is inconveniently far away from the base. But that's fine, I guess. So if you go here, it's easier to see. You can also see where I've scanned. So there's areas here where I can scan, but I don't dare to do it at this time. The maximum consumption is 100,000. We have 1.6 million. I'm not sure how many days that'll last for, but when I scan, I do like to be what's the word I'm looking for? Systematic about it or something. I would like to do it in a pattern so that I get the area here up. Found iron up here, titanium, water. There's one silicon node out here. I don't know if I've scanned here, but I think I have. I think I was amused or bemused or whatever we should use here at the lack of basalt deposits out here. Down here we have one or more titanium node, and we also have some water. So that aluminium one out there, that is going to be interesting if we don't find some aluminium in the area here. But we need to wait until it's day to get that aluminium. Now, one thing that I found, because when I discovered I could do this, I've been looking at whether I can do that on other nodes. And I did discover that I can do that on this titanium deposit. We have enough for 29 days. I probably could scan once, maybe twice, without that being an issue. But I'd rather not. Let's wait until it's day. Now, I do want these to be this way. And the reason for that is because there's simply not enough room at that side. We're going to build one there, and we're going to build one right beside it. And let's draw a belt up there, and then another belt that meets it like that. We do need to start producing components, and for that we do need titanium, so that's why I am building 2 of them. Now, that means we need 2 regolith refineries currently. I suppose I could build those here. So if I build one there, they don't cost any components, so that's fine. Wait, no, stop. I did a tiny mistake there. We need to flip it. So rotate and flip so that the slag goes out this way. So there. How many did I have between there? I had 3 between. 1, 2, 3. We also need power for this, and this thing needs repairing. We can pull this there. And let's see, if I go there, then there, then there. This one, well, this one can power up these 2. And this one should power up these 2. Might be a better solution. Oh, this one is actually full because of that. Okay, so what I'm thinking, because I'd like to have the pole down here instead. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then this one can connect up to that one. Now the belt work for this, we need this to go to there, and then into there, and then that one needs to go in there. Build all. We only have 2 components left, so it's kind of urgent for us to get components. This one needs to make titanium oxide, and this one needs to make titanium oxide. Now these do have a rather large internal buffer of 600 regolith, whereas the smelting furnaces only have an internal buffer of 128. We could upgrade miners, but it costs 25,000, so I'd really rather have the contract system up and running before we do that. This is just because these haven't been built yet, so we don't have power being sent down here. Now we can get some components back from disassembling this one if we need more. We do have 2, and we have another 2 in that thing. But I don't think we need components, or at least I don't think we need more than 2. No, so this uses 4 steel and 3 titanium rods to make 1 component, and it takes forever without colonists. You can see it takes 2. It has 2 working places. But the smelting furnace does require 2 components. I don't think we need more than 1 of the smelting furnaces. If we build that there, then we build another power pole there. Set this to be titanium. So I've seen other content creators make stuff here. I've also seen players who have posted stuff in the official Crust Discord server, and there are some pretty amazing ideas out there already. One of the things that I'd really like to avoid, but I'm not sure if it is possible to avoid it, but I would like to avoid it, is having to go too heavily into making a bus. The reason for that is, well, I mean, making a bus is efficient. It's not that, so don't get me wrong. But it's just, I don't know, a little bit boring. So, while heavily efficient, the boring part, that's what worries me. And I also suspect that it's going to be a bit like Factorio when it comes to busing. That was one of the things that, or that is one of the things that I really appreciate about Satisfactory. It's the fact that you really don't need to make a bus. Having a bus definitely makes things easier. Can I please go into a race mode? What's wrong with you, game? Thank you. Okay, so because I didn't just notice that the miners were idle, there was a warning for that. But yeah, I would like to avoid making a bus if at all possible. I don't know if it is possible. I don't think it's going to be completely unavoidable. So there's probably going to be some kind of a bus in the base, whether I want to or not. There we go. Then we need a wire from this to here. Now we have 0 components. I would really like to get rid of that basalt there. So the components factory that I'm going to build now is just a temporary one, to be honest. We have 6 titanium plates. Yep, that's good. This song is a bit confusing to me with all the astronaut chattering going on. Does these need components? No, they don't, so that's good. Although I don't think I want to build that just yet, because this takes, like, when I say it takes a long time to build or make components, I'm serious about that. It does take a long time. We can have a container for the titanium rods, as I do want to produce titanium plates as well, but I want to... That is not... Well, okay, it's fine actually, because it's still able to pull a belt along here. Because I want one more of these here, because these are basically 1-to-1, but I'm just letting this one fill up on titanium oxide now. So this one goes there. I don't have underground conveyors yet. I'm just going to pull this up to there. Can take it... You can take it up to... Yeah, it can go there. And then take it across like that. Build all.
Director, we've temporarily stabilized the Hope 2 station, which was damaged during the meteorite impact. The station's orbit height continues to decline, and the closer it gets to the moon, the harder it becomes to transmit messages from our control point. We've sent you the coordinates of the cargo terminal, which we use to communicate with orbital stations. You'll need to see what condition the terminal is in. Contact Hope 2 and get navigation data for the expedition to the site of the meteorite impact. send the rover, and continue preparing for the expedition. Expect technology for building life support systems soon.
All right, we need to get in touch with Hope 2 and prepare to receive the expedition operators. Well, Crust never gives us a simple task.
Okay, so this is going to take a lot of our stored steel, because this belt is really way too long. That is a bit of a pain, to be honest. However, what we can do... There is another iron deposit over here. Need to set this to titanium. Is there room? We can't build any more regolith extractors, nor can we build any more... Well, you can build refineries, but we can't build extractors. Two, three. Yeah, there is room for 2 here. But I need to have them the other way around, so I need to mine out here. Okay, let's go into here and set high priority, because I need a larger area here. Yeah, so we basically emptied our steel reserves, because it's all on the belt, because this thing also has an internal buffer of 48. But it takes a very long time. As you can see, the average efficiency is 15% or 0%, but the efficiency is 15%. My brain is not good enough. Wait, this is a components factory. Yep. But it... Oh, it requires electronics for repairs. Ugh. Wasting science points. So 60 seconds, it would make one of these every 20 seconds. But so 20 seconds, if 20 is 100, that doesn't... Because that doesn't make sense. If I do times 100 divided by 15. I'm not sure if that is the correct calculation for that, but if it is 20 times 100 divided by 15, then it takes 133 seconds to make one component. So a little over 2 minutes. That actually doesn't seem to be too incorrect based on the how long it takes for this to do a full revolution, as in one production cycle. We are wasting science points, we're wasting engineering science points, so yeah, it would be nice to get the underground, but I think we're going to take hard rock drilling. And pause please. It's daytime, so let's see if we can scan some. Like that. I'm hoping there is some aluminium up here. If it is, it's as far away as that one, so it doesn't really matter, does it? There is nothing. This is not good. It's the height of day, so it doesn't really matter if I just go ahead and go completely haywire with scanning. Ugh. I'm also fairly certain I've scanned... Well, I haven't done the 100k scan this way, so let's just do that and see if I find anything at all. Nothing. This is not ideal. I mean, it was one thing that the aluminium node is far away, but just having one node of aluminium, that's definitely going to be an issue if there is no more aluminium here. I should probably build a scanner down here instead now. And there is no more aluminium. Except for that node over there. There are locations out here that I haven't scanned, so I guess we can look at those. But we do need more components. I think we may have some components in here now. Yeah, we have 2. No, it can't be 2 minutes. Well, I'm playing at double speed actually. I'm pretty sure my calculation was wrong. Average efficiency 10%. No idea. Let's go out here and send the rover to the cargo terminal. Module needs repair. That should be this. It requires components and steel, neither of which we have much at all. So let's just continue to make more components so that I can make... I can actually start doing that now. Mining and regolith extractor. Turn that around. So there. 1, 2, 3, and there. Yep. Ah, forgot to hold down the shift key. Could you guys come back here, please? I'd like you to mine out a little bit more here, because, yeah. Space. I also need to be mindful of the, power. Wait. Oh, I don't have that. If I could upgrade this one, that would help, because I believe if I upgraded it, it would make more than 18 per minute. But this will have to do for now. These only take 12 per, and these take 8 per, so it's 40. Not too bad. I'd like the slag to go that way. Not sure if it's needed for me to... Oh, it definitely is needed. Copy. I'm going to have to build those one further down. Copy. This isn't good either, apparently. 1, 2, 3, I guess. Now, where was the limit of that? It's here. Something like that. Output capacity 400, and we have a maximum consumption of 219, so that's actually a maximum consumption of 259 with the additional 40 we get here. And on top of that, the... where's that? Melting furnace takes another 10. That is a bit. takes long to build the power poles because we don't have any steel. Can I... Details of conveyor. I can. Let's block that. So the steel actually gets stored in here and we can go pick it up. You can do that with these as well. So for this one, this is the belt going up that way and this is the belt going that way. The problem is if you block the output when you're doing it on a belt or on a splitter, everything that's on the belt gets dropped on the ground, just so you're aware of that. But I had to do that here when I, with specifically this one, when I had quite low power the first or second night, probably the second one, while I was building batteries and solar panels. So we're almost done with the rolling mill. I don't know if it has any, let's see here, priority output. So I can't really make it smart, I think. Do I have anyone I can experiment on? Could experiment on this one, no.
Objective achieved.
As I suspected, the coordinates turned out to be quite approximate. Yeah, for such cases, the rover is equipped with the LPS, Lunar Proximity Scanner. It can detect even weak signals on the surface.
Okay,
Director,
so...
the Lunar Proximity Scanner emits when a hidden object is within the radius of the rover's inner...
That's fine, I can explain that. So, the blue area around it is where we will now scan. Now look, the lines are longer there, so we want to go in that direction. So let's move there. We're on battery power though, so the rover might actually run out of power before we get to that location. I think it will. I'm fairly certain it will. So we might have to come back to that. When we've actually found the POI, it'll be making a sound and there will be a blink on the map. Batteries discharged. Can I scan? Yeah, there we go. So you saw the little blip there? That's where we want to go. I'll just send a move order to there, and when day is back, we can go there and have a look at it. Research complete. We now have the rolling mill, so we can produce titanium plates. That's good. We are doing the hard rock drilling, and we have a lot more engineering research than we do fundamental. So I think we will also... There's a question. Do I want the single regolith refinery upgrade 1 first, or do I want the underground conveyor 1 first? Or is there anything here I want? I do want the drone upgrade. Automatic repair would be a boon. We also need to look at getting... I think this is the large battery. I think it is, yeah, fuel generator. So this is the large battery. We want that, and we also want the medium solar panels to conserve CPU. I'm gonna go with the underground conveyor first. This one needs to be set to working with iron oxide. At least I filled up the belts, that's nice. Seven steel and 6 components. So this one is making 9 and this one is making 9.5. I also need to pay attention to how much slag we have in these. 400, 600, 500. These barely started, so not worried about those. Mining, regolith refiner, we have that, so we want smelting furnace, that's the one we want. Click, set that to make steel, and set this to make steel. And on these we can just take a belt straight on over from each of them, because we don't really need a splitter yet here. I'm going to have to change this layout, because as it is right now, there's not going to be enough room. I need to mine away some of this so that I can place a power pole at the correct location. This is weird. Maybe these, yeah, these were the default placed ones. I want the power pole to be there. But before I get there, I also want... Okay, so there, to there, to there, to there. We have gotten almost out of the aluminium actually, but... Oh, and you may have remember what I said about having lots and lots and lots of regolith lying around on the ground? Yeah. I meant that. Now the question is, do I want storage up here, or do I want... No, I don't want to pull a belt around all this. I want to just put a storage up here. A belt all the way down there. That's going to cost a substantial amount of money. 2, 3. So, and this one, select resource, steel. Yeah, we are overproducing titanium rods currently. Let's copy this one. And do that. And I don't know what I was thinking when I built that thing there. I probably wasn't thinking, to be perfectly honest. Not that that is anything new, as I'm sure several of you will comment to. We actually run out. Wow. Let's reduce the priority on these. Turn that one on. Off, I mean. Matter of fact, we can turn off 2 of them, so we can start filling up this bucket again. It's a long way for them to travel to get to the bucket. I had a lot of money, I would have built a bucket up here and a bucket down here, and I would have just belted over to the bucket there, but for now we're just going to have to use the drones for it. And looking at this, I probably should have built that storage there and not there. Although it's not too late to change that, I suppose. I could change that. The storage... this makes more sense. Titanium, delete. Can you connect up to it? Thank you. I don't want to delete these belts before this thing is done, but I do want to allow them to bring resources to it. Because by default they're placed down with forbid. And when this one gets filled up, I'm going to build another storage beside it so that we have more than 1,000. They're actually done. Let's repair that. Okay, so it's only that one. Module offline, yeah, that's fine. So we have mined out the aluminium now. Going to mine out a bit more around that node. There's not too much we can do about, so because of the basalt there. We are researching how to excavate that though. There we go. That was handy that I happened to pass over that just as it went into disrepair. Did I research how to deal with slag yet? I don't think so. No, I don't have the smart concrete factory yet. We do want to get slag out of all of this, all of these refineries. I need underground belts for that, so that we can connect this up. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do the belting. I can draw a belt from there to there, and then to that machine, and then up, probably. But there's the matter of these four as well. But that has to sneak its way like this or something. I do believe that one can be removed. That's the resources that's left after the storage. It's daylight again, so that means we can go here and scan. Cargo terminal, investigate.
Director, the results of the terminal survey are extremely disappointing. Immediately after the disaster, it tried to receive a distress signal from Hope 2, but failed and shut down. Only fragments remain. Even our base managed to receive this message in the better quality. We'll have to repair the terminal to contact the station, and that will involve sending drones and materials to repair it. We can't do that without the expedition center.
Now, we have acquired a components factory and started mining titanium. The production of titanium plates remains to be dealt with. Study the relevant technology and build a rolling mill.
We can repair the cargo truck now. It's going to take some of the components we have though. Two, yeah, that's fine. Can't really use it until we have the cargo terminal though. Might as well get it out of the way. We're making ample steel up here, so... that means we can actually open this. I wonder if there is room for 2 miners on this, or if I just built this inconveniently. Now if I get a thing needs repair warning, it actually means it's one of my buildings, so that's good with getting that thing repaired. We can send this to the demolished structure over there. Just have a look at that. The science income is wildly varying, I've noticed. Pay attention to the blue lumber and the orange lumber. They are going up and down and up and down, so I don't know what actually affects that. Probably whether there is something interesting to look at in the terrain that it's passing through. Don't need those in there. There's an iron node there. I think I'm just going to mine out all this, actually. On this side of the basalt. Although not at priority. I want this out here done first, because I do want aluminium. What is the purity? I can... There we go. 73.5%, that's rather nice. And there's... Ugh, only 19,000. Because when we get multi-regolith refineries, that's when things get really interesting in terms of belting, but... Can I... See, there's only 5.2% aluminium in this silicon regolith here. 3.8? That's horrid. 7.2, 8.8. Yeah, so less than 10% is... Oh, did we finish the... We did. So we were researching the underground conveyor. I don't even remember where that is. Let's get the expedition control center since we need that. I'm guessing that is this smart concrete thing, so that is a lot of engineering research. Nope, there it is. Never mind. We want that so we can deal with slag. So making smart concrete requires slag supplemented with silicon. In the crater lies a vast storage structure comprised of multiple segmented modules. Emergency vehicles are scattered around the area, and a sign by the entrance identifies it as Reserve Warehouse 4517/2075. And a Crust logo makes it clear who the owner is. The facility is designed for emergency use and houses a large quantity of steel, smart concrete and modular frames, and we get 60 engineering research for 90 days.
I mean, we already... from the look of this old timer, but the cargo truck has passed all its tests and is ready to go.
That one's done. We already did that POI before I restarted. Let's go to the unknown outpost. So up here there's 35 steel, 30 silicon, 100 rare earth elements and 15 titanium plates, but we need the expedition center to go pick that up. $99. Might as well remove this assault as well. And then we need to make a bucket for the hard or rare earth minerals, I think it is. Yep. It's a shame it doesn't tell me what kind of composition the regolith here has. And it does in the bucket. Mostly slag, less than 10% of everything else. That not enough power to run the module thing is something that I know they're working on to patch. Okay, so what I think we will do is take power and run it all the way out here. And we will also build... Yeah, we have enough components for that. We'll build 2 ore detectors in the area out here. And we can also build an ore detector down in the corner here. And I think that we can wrap up the episode here. I'm not sure how long those 2 other recordings that I did. I need to sew this together with Premiere. But I think this is still a good location to wrap things up. I'll leave things running a little bit before starting the next episode. Maybe try to get the scanners up and running and so forth. But we do have that rover. Let's see. Yeah, it stopped there. So I'll probably start the next episode when it's day again and the rover starts moving. But for now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those down in the comment section. And as per usual, yada yada, the usual YouTube jazz stuff, you can leave an emoji or something if you want to help, like, subscribe, all that stuff. That's all up to you though. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you all in the next one.